This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss how to solve a trial balance problem. So let's get started. Chalo, shuru kara jak. So let's go through the problem. Prepare a trial balance from the following balances of Mr. Singh as on 31st March 2022. The name of accounts are given here and the amounts are given here. The first account is cash 75,000. Let's write cash 75,000. Cash account is a debit balance and that is the reason we have written the amount in the debit column. But why cash account is a debit balance? Because cash account falls under real account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. From the business point of view, cash is coming into the business. So cash account will be debited. Let's see the next account. Next account is capital account. 1 lakh. Let's write capital account 1 lakh. Capital account is a credit balance. Why? Because capital falls under personal account. According to personal account, the giver of the benefit is credit. Here, the proprietor of the business is the giver of capital. So, capital account is a credit balance. Understood? Let's say the next account. The next account is stock on 1st April. Is this a opening stock or a closing stock? Remember, see the date. And see the date here. Prepare a trial balance from the following balances of Mr. Singh as on 31st March 2022. And this is 20. That means 1 year back. So this is a opening stock. Understood? Stock on 1st April 2022, 10,000. So this is a opening stock. So let's write stock on 1st April. Stock on 1st April 2020, 10,000. Stock is a debit balance. Why? So what is opening stock? Opening stock is the balance of goods lying with the business. According to some, opening stock falls under nominal account. Why? Because in trading account, opening stock appears on the debit side. So it forms the part of the cost of sales for the current accounting year. So it comes under nominal account. It is an expense for the business. So opening stock will be debited according to nominal account because it is an expense of the business. But according to others, opening stock falls under real account. Opening stock is the stock which will give benefit of earning income in future by selling of stock. So it is an asset and it falls under real account. So according to real account, what comes in is debit. So since opening stock is an asset, it comes in, so it will be debited. Understood? So opening stock will be debited in any way. If it falls under nominal account, it will be debited because it is an expense. If it comes under real account, it still will be debited because it is an asset, because it comes in as an asset. Understood? So let's see the next account. The next account is machinery, 20,000. Let's write machinery, 20,000. Machinery is a debit balance and that is the reason we have written 20,000 in the debit column. But why machinery is a debit balance? Because machinery comes under real account. According to real account, when machine is purchased for the business, machine comes in. Machine is an asset. So machinery account will be debited. Understood? Let's see the next account. Next account is computers, 30,000. Let's write computers, 30,000. Computers is an asset. What is the amount? 30,000. So computers is a debit balance. Computers comes under real account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. Since computers is an asset, when you're purchasing computers, it comes in. So it's an asset for the business. So computers account will be debited. Understood? Let's see the next account. Sales. Sales is 40,000. Let's write. Sales is a credit balance, 40,000. Why sales is a credit balance? Because sales comes under real account as well as nominal account. According to real account, what goes out is credit. When goods are sold, goods got from the business, so sales account will be credited. According to nominal account, all incomes and gains credit. Here, when goods are sold, money comes in. So sales is an income. So sales account will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next account. The next account is creditors, 24,000. Let's write creditors, 24,000. Creditors is a credit balance. Why? Because creditors comes under personal account. According to personal account, the giver of the benefit is credit. So creditors will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next account. The next account is debtors, 25,000. Let's write debtors, 25,000. Debtors is a debit balance, and that is the reason we have written 25,000 in the debit column. But why debtors is a debit balance? Because debtors falls under personal account. According to personal account, the receiver of the benefit is debit. Debtors is the receiver of the benefit. So debtors account will be debited. Understood? Stock on 31st March 2021, 5,000. Is this an opening stock or a closing stock? This is a closing stock. See the date. Stock on 31st March 2022. So this is a closing stock because, see, prepare trial balance from the following balances of Mr. Singh as on 31st March 2022. So year ending. So this is a closing stock. Closing stock will not appear in the trial balance. Closing stock, please remember, closing stock will not appear in the trial balance. Why? Closing stock is the balance of unsold goods that are remaining from the purchases made during an accounting period. The value of total purchases is already included. So if we write again closing stock in the trial balance, if we write again closing stock in the trial balance, the effect will be doubled. তার মানে কি ক্লোজিং স্টক মানে কি ক্লোজিং স্টক হচ্ছে পারচেজেস থেকে যখন পারচেজেস আমরা করি ধরো 1 লাখ গুডস পারচেজ হয়েছে তার মধ্যে থেকে 80,000 গুডস সোল্ড 20,000 left. So this is a closing stock. Understood? So 20,000 is a part of purchases. So we have already written purchases 1 lakh. আমি যদি আবার 20,000 আলাদা করে ক্লোজিং স্টক লিখি তার মানে কি আমি 20,000 দুবার লিখছি। আন্ডারস্টুড? বিকজ 1 লাখের থেকে 80,000 গুডস সোল্ড। সো 20,000 লেফট। সো 20,000 লেফট। সো 20,000 লেফট মিনস আমি যদি আবার ক্লোজিং স্টকে 20,000 লিখি দ্যাট মিনস I'll be writing 20,000 twice because আমি অলরেডি পারচেজকে রেকর্ড করে দিয়েছি ট্রায়াল ব্যালেন্সে। So closing stock is nothing but a part of purchase. I have already recorded purchases in the trial balance. So if I write closing stock again, that means I'm writing purchases twice. It's rather a part of the purchases twice. That is the reason closing stock will not appear in the trial balance. If we write again closing stock in the trial balance, the effect will be doubled because closing stock is a part of purchases. Understood? Clear? So closing stock will not appear in the trial balance. Instead, we'll have to write a note below the trial balance. Understood? Let's see the next account. The next account is general expenses, 3,000. Let's write general expenses. General expenses is a debit balance. Why? Because general expenses falls under nominal account. According to nominal account, all losses and expenses debit. So general expenses is an expense for the business. So general expenses will be debited. Let's see the next account. The next account is discount allowed, 2,000. Let's write discount allowed. discount allowed is a debit balance, and that is the reason we're writing in the debit column. Why discount allowed is a debit balance? Because discount allowed falls under nominal account. According to nominal account, all losses and expenses debit. So discount allowed will be debited. Let's see the next account. Discount received 1000. Let's write discount received. 1000. First, discount received is a credit balance, and that is the reason we've written in the credit column. But why discount received is a credit balance? Because discount received falls under nominal account. According to nominal account, all incomes and gains credit. Here, discount received is an income. So, discount received will be credited. So, let's do the total of debit column and credit column. Okay, the total of debit column is 1,65,000. And the total of easy 1,65,000 as well. So the total of debit column is equal to the total of credit column. So the trial balance did tally. I hope you understood. Clear? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And before I fade out, please remember, keep your behavior always good and positive, because behavior is not a talent. It is a choice. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay safe and stay blessed always.